We're going to break down how to finally get a handle on all that chaos so you can actually put your data to work. Let's get right into it. Sound familiar? You've got the marketing team with their data over here, the sales team with their data over there, finance is in a whole other world. And pretty soon, everyone's working from a slightly different, slightly outdated copy of the same information. It's a total headache, right? And trying to get a straight answer is, well, it's basically impossible. You know, this isn't just a small problem. It's a huge roadblock. So let's start by digging into why this data chaos even happens. So here's how it usually goes down. The marketing team needs to analyze some data, so boom, they create a data lake. Then sales needs one, so they spin up another one. Before you know it, you're juggling all these separate, disconnected resources. And what happens? You get these data silos, right? Nobody can see what anyone else is doing. You end up with tons of duplicated data, and collaboration just goes out the window. It's a mess, and frankly, it costs a ton of money.
Okay, so how do we fix this mess? Well, Microsoft has an answer, and it's called One Lake. Honestly, the easiest way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like this. It's basically OneDrive, but for your data.
So what is it exactly? Well, One Lake is a single, unified, logical data lake for your entire organization. The magic word there is single. And the best part? It comes automatically with every single Microsoft Fabric tenant. You don't have to provision it, you don't have to manage it. It's just there, ready to go from the moment you start. And this really drives that OneDrive analogy home. You know how OneDrive is your one spot for all your Office files, your docs, your spreadsheets, your presentations? It's that single source of truth. Well, One Lake is the exact same idea, but for all your heavy-duty analytics data. We're talking lakehouses, warehouses, data sets, everything, all in one place. And that's really the beauty of it. Because it's all automatic and built in, there's nothing extra for you to set up or manage. No more provisioning servers or configuring complex systems. It's designed to make your life simpler, not to add another complicated layer to the pile. Okay, so this whole idea of simplicity really hinges on one core principle. Let's dig into how One Lake actually pulls this off. And it all starts with this concept of one copy. The big idea here is to get the absolute most value you can from a single copy of data. When you stop moving data around all the time, you can finally connect information from different parts of the business. This lets you do cool things like create virtual data products. So imagine you want to see how a marketing campaign affected sales. You can create a view that combines both sets of data without ever having to physically copy and paste anything. It's huge. So you're probably wondering, how is this one copy magic even possible? Well, the secret sauce is a little feature called a shortcut, and it works exactly like a shortcut on your computer's desktop. It's not the actual file itself, it's just a pointer, a little signpost that points to where the real file lives. Okay, let's walk through this step by step. First, your data is just sitting there in its original home. Maybe that's in Azure, maybe it's in Amazon S3, doesn't matter. Now, instead of making a copy, you just create a shortcut to it inside One Lake. See? It's just a pointer. It's not a new copy of the data. So now when someone wants to use that data, they just go through One Lake, and to them, it looks and feels like the data is right there, even though we haven't actually moved or duplicated a thing. Pretty cool, right? All right, so we've established that One Lake is this amazing, unified foundation for all your data. Now, let's talk about what we can build on top of that foundation. And that brings us to this really powerful idea called the Lakehouse. To really get what a lakehouse is, you have to remember that for years, the data world has been split in two. You had two totally different ways to store and manage data. So the big question became, what if you could take the best parts of both and mash them together into one thing? And here's the answer. On one side, you've got the data lake. It's amazing for just dumping massive amounts of raw, messy, unstructured data. Super scalable. On the other side, you've got the traditional data warehouse. It's all about structure, reliability, and super fast performance. The Lakehouse? It's the hybrid. It's the solution that gives you the crazy scale of a data lake, combined with the rock-solid performance and features of a data warehouse. Literally, the best of both worlds. Okay, so how does this actually work under the hood? This is the really crucial part. Every single tool inside Microsoft Fabric, it doesn't matter if it's a data engineering tool or a SQL tool, they all store their data in one lake using this one open format called Delta Parquet. Think of it like a universal language. It's what allows all these different tools and engines to work together on the exact same copy of the data without stepping on each other's toes. So let's bring this all together and see what it looks like for the actual people doing the work. Because this unified system, it enables a level of collaboration between different data teams that was honestly just a pipe dream before. So first up, you've got your data engineer.
These are the folks in the trenches. They're using powerful tools like Apache Spark to wrangle huge amounts of raw data, get it all cleaned up, and shape it into something useful right inside the lakehouse. They're basically setting the table for everyone else.
And then, the moment the engineer is done, the SQL analyst can jump right in. They can use the T-SQL they've known and loved for years to query that very same data. There's no waiting around, no emailing someone for a data extract, no installing weird drivers. They are instantly working on that single source of truth. The collaboration is seamless. And that brings us to the finish line, the business user. They can fire up Power BI and connect it directly to the lakehouse. There's this amazing feature called Direct Lake Mode, and what it means is they get blazing fast reports without ever copying or importing the data. The end result? Their reports are always showing the freshest, most up-to-date information possible. And really, this quote just sums it all up perfectly. The entire mission, the whole philosophy behind One Lake and the Lakehouse, is about squeezing every last drop of value out of a single copy of data. It's all about being more efficient, working better together, and at the end of the day, getting much better insights.
So I want to leave you with this question. Just think about it for a second. If your teams could stop wasting time fighting with data silos and instead all work together on one single source of truth, what could they achieve? What amazing new questions could they finally answer? That's the real power here. That's the promise of truly unified